The stakes are higher in Kirkland today. It is our first day of elimination bracket play. Win and you move on. If you don't win, your season has come to an end in terms of your quest to win the world title. We have 4 quarterfinal games going on today across 2 fields. We will be focused first of all on Canada versus North Carolina, and that will be followed by Michigan against Pennsylvania. The winners of our 2 games on our field will be meeting in the semifinals tomorrow. I'm Sam Gore along with Kenzie Fowler, and we do know that North Carolina is undefeated, and they'll be taking on a Canadian team looking for the upset. And one of the reasons they're undefeated, Kenzie, is Addison Louder in the circle.
Yeah, it's no question who's going to be getting the start for North Carolina. It's the pitcher that has led them to this point. Addison Louder, she leads the World Series with 4 wins. And you know what? She has not given up an earned run, so she has had things dialed up since opening day. 27 strikeouts, that's good for second most in this World Series. And I'd love to see just the 5 walks, but there it is, no runs given up. And so it has been a dominant performance. And this is the ace for North Carolina that if they want to go the distance, which they are very capable of doing that, it's all going to be about what Addison is doing in the circle.
And the good news is today you only play 1 game, so you don't have to worry about coming back and playing later today. Canada will send this lineup to the plate. One of their players, Emma Kelby, is injured and out of the lineup, so that's only 11 batters they'll send up to the plate.
Well, and I'm looking at Matchaby right there in that 3-hole. She is one of the most fearsome hitters in this lineup. She's gone yard in this World Series, and every time that she's at the plate, she always has my attention. But can Canada set the lineup up around her so they have a couple of pieces on so Matchaby can do what she does best?
Passarelli will be the first batter. Nice sportsmanship there. Always good to shake the umpire's hand. It's good politics, too. And Passarelli has greeted the umpire. Now we'll shake the catcher's hand as well. And so good spirit to start this game in. And Passarelli will be in the shortstop position out in the field as the first batter to face Louder. And an opening pitch strike for Louder.
When Louder is at her best, she's going up in the zone. She doesn't really have any breaking balls down, no drop balls. Everything's going to be side to side with a curve and a high rise.
Quick 0-2 count to the first batter of the game. Passarelli has scored 3 runs this week for her team. How's that one back, hanging in there. Still 0-2.
Well, yeah, when balls are put in play against Addison Louder, they're balls in the air, fly ball out. So the defense behind her, the outfield in particular, are going to have to be on the same page, just because you will see a lot of balls in the air with the upspin that Louder brings.
Inside corner, strike 3. Good start for Louder. Nickname is Dozer.
Too close to take here with 2 strikes to start this thing off from Passarelli. This is just a low rise. Catching the corner beautifully.
Lily LeMay will be the next Canadian batter. Lily, a multi-sport athlete in Canada, plays hockey and ringette, which is a game similar to hockey. Her dad was a baseball player. Bunt to Louder. Second base will cover first. And the ball gets away. Steffman came over to cover first. And the ball gets by her. So that's an error for North Carolina right away. And it gives Canada the base runner.
Not really sure what happened there with Steffman. That throw looked to be on line. It was on time. And Addison Louder, she fields her position very well in the circle. So just a little sneak bunt from LeMay. Louder leading Steffman there. And yeah, it touches her glove and she just can't secure it.
Plenty of time to make up for it. But there is a runner on first now for Canada. Infield first and third are playing in for Matchaby. Behind the plate, Kylie Turner checking that runner. LeMay down at first.
Yeah, this is the hitter for Canada. Always has quality at bats, so much power at the plate. And you see Matchaby, she's not the tallest athlete, right, in stature, but she is strong. Great bat speed, fast on the base paths.
Yeah, she's already hit a home run this week.
Ooh, that's a pitch that she needs to be ready to go. 2-0 count, and you're the best option offensively. Anytime that you're a visitor and you want to, of course, jump on the board first, 2-0 count, like that was it. That was a great pitch to get after.
Runner going, fouled off, and let's revisit that home run Matchaby had earlier in the week.
Taking a look at the power that Charlie Rose has, and you know what? It's an inside pitch that she drove, and so kind of to my point, that 2-0 pitch on the inner half, because this is what she's capable of.
That was against the Southwest team from Shiner, Texas. North Carolina, the only undefeated team in their pool. So they are the top seed out of their pool. Matchaby, big Carlin Pickens fan. Carlin Pickens, big North Carolina fan. Carlin grew up in North Carolina. That's fouled. Coach Nick DePecco, entrepreneur from Quebec, founder of On-Field Baseball and Softball. He's taken teams to 3 straight World Series. That's it out into left field, and that is over Langley's head. Langley will try to get the throw in before the run can come home, and she does that. But a stand-up double by Matchaby, and runners now at second and third.
And here's the power that we are talking about with Charlie Rose Matchaby. And she was out in front on the last couple of pitches. We saw the foul balls down the line, but still even a little bit out in front here just goes to show how much strength that she has as an athlete. Way over the head of Langley out in left field. And Canada, a great opportunity here to make a statement in the first inning.
So a little meeting in the circle with the North Carolina infield as they talk about how they're going to approach this situation. Only one out. Bluteau is up to bat. Bluteau, 3 for 11 this week. Just had a couple of doubles. A base hit here would bring in a run. That's out of play. Nice catch. One of the North Carolina dads made a catch in the stands. Bluteau, the Canadian girls flag football U15 starting quarterback. Excellent chance here for Canada, especially against a pitcher like Lauder. That is driven out into right field. The runner will tag. Throw will be off the mark coming home. Canada scores the first run of the game and will hold the base runner at third base. So a sacrifice fly by Bluteau brings in the run, and Canada's on the board.
Well, in this World Series, the offense has not really been a problem for Canada. They're a team, especially at the top of the lineup. You can just see the power. They have been able to score. They have had some issues in the circle and defensively, which is why the record for them going into this championship play wasn't as good as maybe they wanted it. But hey, championship play, it is a clean slate for everyone, right? Yes, we can talk about how North Carolina is undefeated, the 1 seed going into this thing, but it is single elimination.
Mia Medley up to bat. Try to bring in the runner in at third. I mean, if you are Canada, so important to keep scoring runs because you know this North Carolina team has the power to put up a lot. Good start for Canada here. Inside, that's a ball.
And you won't really see Addison Louder go to an off-speed pitch. I can count the number of times that I have seen her attempt that off-speed. It's not something that she's confident and comfortable with to throw in every count. And so for Canada, you're just sitting one speed. Good effort, good effort.
Yeah, drop that one. It's okay. Slowed it down with the hands. So 2-2 to Medley. Louder has only walked 5 batters this week. And now a full count with a runner on third and 2 outs here in the very first at bat of this quarterfinal game in the Junior League Softball World Series. Did not swing. So only the 6th walk given up this week by Louder. And the Canadian rally continues. They now have runners at first and third with 2 outs. And Coach Nick giving some instructions to the base runners for Canada as Mathieu gets ready to step into the batter's box.
Big lead at first from Medley.
Turner behind the plate, gotta be very aware.
Good time for some first and third action. Put Medley in motion. There she goes.
There she goes. Nice fake by Turner. Turner faked the throw to second, hoping that she would get Matchaby to make a break for it at third, but good discipline.
Yeah, in that situation, I would love to see just a little something from North Carolina, maybe a little short throw to second base or shortstop.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the Canadian batters, just their ability to foul balls off here. And they're making Louder work. Oh, 2 count, 2 outs. That's fouled off and caught by Murillo. But Canada is on the board against the undefeated North Carolina team. And we'll see North Carolina's bats coming to the plate when we return. Some of the Southeast parents from North Carolina sitting and watching this quarterfinal game. They've already gotten some action in there with a couple of foul balls. And the batters are now going to face Estelle Dion from Canada.
Taking a look at Dion's numbers. We've seen some really bright spots from her in this week, in this World Series. And for the lineup for North Carolina, it's going to be a daunting task for any pitcher to face one of the best lineups here in Kirkland for this World Series. You look at Langley at the top, she is the table setter. There's a lot of power with Louder and Murillo in that 3-4 spot, but Rylan Langley is a hitter that you're going to circle every time that she is at the plate because she can do it all for North Carolina.
Langley, her nickname's Rye Dog. Seen her make some good plays out in the field this week as well. Family friends with the Seegers of baseball fame. She said that her friend came up to her and said, "What rhymes with orange?" And she said, "No, it doesn't."
We'll get a little chuckle.
Small
like chuckle.
That one required me to think about it.
It's a thinker.
What rhymes with orange? No, it doesn't. That is sent out to center field. Into the fence. Rydog rounds first and will stand at second with a leadoff double.
Ooh. Tried to stretch it.
Yeah. Langley, she was standing on second, had stopped, and then made a move. And hey, she took the gamble. It didn't pay off this time, but this event usually rewards aggression.
It's a nice job from Canada just sticking with it. Unfortunate for North Carolina. You have a runner in scoring position, and I love the aggressive mentality, but you just kind of have to have a little awareness of where you're at, right? What a great start to be on second base, to start this game, answering back. And sometimes you just kind of have to be, okay, I'm not going to be over-aggressive. Let's be okay with just being at second base. It's a big first out for Canada.
Good tag by Michaud. Guzman up to bat and gets that over Passarelli's head for a single. So back-to-back hits for North Carolina, but they do have that one out.
And so right there, that would have been a run. This game would be tied. Langley, with her speed, she would have been able to score easily on that from second base.
Addison, Dozer, Louder up to bat now. Pitcher versus pitcher here. Louder takes a strike. Louder is 5 for 11 this week. She's had a couple of triples. Still has not cleared the fence.
Yeah, 2 triples. How unique is that?
Ball easy for Guzman to get down to second. Gets by the catcher. So North Carolina now with another runner in scoring position. And Louder will be trying to bring her in. Louder, an aspiring professional. That's her goal, to be a pro softball player, and it's possible now. It's that at Passarelli. Passarelli checks the runner, throw gets away from the first baseman. Guzman will head down to third. So everybody's safe. Louder's at first, Guzman's at third.
Quickly, a timeout for Canada on defense. Passarelli has been so sure-handed this entire World Series. We have seen her make some SportsCenter top 10 plays on defense at shortstop, and so that one just kind of routine, the ball getting away.
I mean, you wonder too, Kenzie, I mean, this is the first day where you know if you lose, you're out. So a little more pressure today.
A lot more pressure. And, you know, it's interesting that, you know, where we're at and all of the pressure, and I'm looking out to the pitchers, and I'm always watching our pitchers, right? I mean, this is day 5, right, where they have been pitching every single day, and everyone's got to be tired. But you've got to dig deep and find some different kind of energy and stamina, because it is win or go home.
Yeah, Dion, the pitcher for Canada, she is one of those pitchers, a lot like Faith Tamba, that they very rarely bring out of the game. She came into this game having pitched 12 2/3 innings. Inside, that's a ball. Murillo, the batter, likes Al Pastor tacos. Big Texas softball fan. North Carolina with runners at first and third, 1 out.
If I'm Murillo, 3-0 count, I'm getting after this pitch. Big hack here. And just 6 hits on the World Series, which is good for second of all teams. Tied for second there. I mean, this is a hitter that can swing it big.
It's fouled off. Murillo has home run power. She had a 2-run shot in the first game against Czechia this week.
Yeah, so you need your best hitters in championship play to step up and see some pitches. She's got a lot of power.
Yeah, she crushed that. That was in left center. It's 200 down the left and right field lines. Dosteler out talking to the pitcher, Dion. Full count now with one out. Runners at first and third. Runner gonna come home. Catcher dropped the ball, safe. So North Carolina evens the score.
That was a good effort from Canada. Close play at the plate, but Guzman, she had a great jump at third base on this. And it's a short backstop here in Kirkland, so there's not a lot of space. That play is gonna happen real quick. And there it is for North Carolina, tying this game up.
And the at-bat continues for North Carolina. Sawyer Buff up now, runners at first and second with one out. Outside corner strike. Buff had one of the most rare and spectacular defensive plays this year for this North Carolina team. Pokes that, foul, and it is caught by Michaud. Good job by Michaud, just playing in. Able to catch that quickly.
Now you have to defend what Sawyer Buff can bring, and you can see where Michaud was, but it's because you have to protect the short game. We've seen a lot of Sawyer Buff dropping a drag, using her soft slap, her short slap, but swinging away there.
Louder getting the courtesy runner, and that'll be Buff. Louder, the pitcher, with two outs, can get a courtesy runner, so can the catcher if they're on base. It's the last batter. So Buff is now the runner at second. Knutson stepping in to hit. Knutson takes a strike.
One ball, one strike.
Knutson, 5'6". She's the sixth batter in the lineup. That's up high. North Carolina's tied the game here in the bottom of the first. Both teams scoring runs in their first at bat. North Carolina's still going. Outside, 3-1. That is lifted to center field, and the catch is made. So North Carolina strands two, but they do tie the score. So we are tied at a run apiece after the first inning in this 7-inning game. Well, again, we've got 4 total games going on today, 2 on each field. And the Philippines warming up. They'll be the second game on the other field today against Puerto Rico. Again, you win today and you move to the semis tomorrow. Addison Louder will try to avoid having another run scored this inning. Canada was able to score a run in the top of the first. Louder with 1 strikeout. And Adele Dosteller up to bat. Adele, another multi-sport athlete. It's a common trait for this Canadian team. So many of these players play various sports. She plays volleyball and flag football. That sport continues to rise. You think you would have played flag football?
Yeah. We played powder puff. I was always the QB, right? Usually the softball players, we have the best arms, and so let me stay back there and throw some fade routes.
Did you pass underhand?
Oh, no, I could have. You know, it's funny. Throwing a football underhand is actually a good rise ball drill.
That is poked into left field, and it is fair. Dosteller with an excellent hit. She couldn't have walked it out there any better. That was perfectly placed.
Yeah, this is really a good piece of hitting. You could see right there in the frame, look how deep she hits this ball. This is a ball that's off of the plate, almost in the other's batter's box, but because of how deep Dosteller let that ball get to her, she's able to lace it down the line. And just a little conservative at first base, saying, I'm going to keep this single, maybe seeing what Langley did for North Carolina and not trying to push it too much with that first leadoff base hit. But I thought there could have been a chance. We'd see her stretch that out into 2.
Dion, the batter. Dion 3 for 8 this week, 4 RBIs. She is the pitcher. Dion, a veteran World Series player, also played in the Little League World Series in Greenville. Her sister also a good player. Pulls the bunt back, takes a strike, 0-2. And that gets through the infield. They will hold the runner at second, but a base hit for Dion. And so Canada has gotten their first 2 batters on here in the top of the second. They are playing inspired today.
That's how you make something happen. If you're Dion, the first 2 pitches, we were watching her trying to get that sacrifice bunt down. She was unsuccessful. She falls behind 0-2. And at that point, your job is just to make something happen and put it on the ground. That's exactly what she did.
Lemo up to bat. Also showing bunt, fouls it off.
Now 4 pitches in this inning where Canada has tried to square up a pitch from Addie Louder for a sacrifice bunt and coming up with nothing. Just a result of the upspin that Addie throws with. Everything is going to be bulleting up, whether it's a curveball on the outside part of the plate or something in tight.
Lemo off the hands, pops it up toward first base. And a nice catch by the first baseman over there. Good job, Murillo.
I was like, who caught that? They
called Steffman off.
Almost shared a catch. Both Steffman and Murillo were under it. And it's always just who's louder. And in this situation, typically your second baseman does have the right of way. But as long as someone comes up with it, I can guarantee you coach is going, all right, it's fine.
Strike to Prescott. I thought it was funny because when Lemo was up to bat, the Philippines team was running out in left field. So not only are you watching the ball, but you're seeing that team running across your line of vision too. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Another strike by Louder. Louder threw a strikeout in the first at bat of the game. Hasn't had another one since. Prescott, the 10th batter.
We continue to see Canada be underneath the pitches from Addison Louder. And with 2 on and 1 out, they did have 2 on with no outs, but this is a situation that Canada has got to make something out of.
North Carolina has a play at first, second, or third, and a call, third strike. Strikeout number 2 for Louder to get to 2 outs.
And this is such a tough spot if you're in the circle for Addie Louder. And what does she do? She comes up with a clutch K. Can she dance out of this thing?
Michaud will try to make sure she doesn't. Inside strike. Michaud also plays baseball. Favorite team is the Toronto Blue Jays. Strike 2.
This is going to be a momentum shift if North Carolina can get out of this inning unscathed.
That is hit foul. Canada got their first 2 batters on base to start this inning. And North Carolina has gotten 2 outs in a row since. 0-2 count. Louder looking for the strikeout to get off the field. Straight back up to Louder. Picks it up barehanded, makes the throw. Not in time. Bases loaded.
Felt like she had all the time in the world to find this out. So there's the bobble here. She drops her glove, but the problem is she goes to pick it up with her left hand. She needs to pick that ball up with her bare hand. And that small time allowed Michaud to run down the line and be safe.
Bases loaded. That will bring in at least 2 runs. Passarelli crushes it. And she drives in 3 runs and is standing on second.
Top of the lineup, Passarelli. This is where they can do some damage for Canada. And I just love the fact that she's getting after it on the first pitch. She sees the bases loaded. They have had a great situation this entire inning. They had runners at first and second with no outs, but it took until 2 outs for Canada to have a big crooked number here in the second. This is so huge for this team. They are without a doubt the underdogs going into this matchup against North Carolina, who is undefeated going into this elimination day. And it looks like we're having a little bit of an emotional huddle right now for North Carolina. Addie Louder is feeling it a little bit, and you can see her team is trying to rally her.
And Coach Turner out there talking to this infield, and they just asked for something in the. It is hot today.
Yeah, she's in tears.
Maybe she needs a little water break. They are going to bring her some water. So Louder, honestly, one of the most dominant players in this World Series. Hopefully she's okay. Asking for a little hydration break here. As Passarelli just cleared the bases to put Canada up 4-1.
And how close was Addison Louder to being able to get out of that jam.
Yeah.
Right. It was
0-2
just
count.
the error that she had, and she picks it up with her left hand instead of picking it up with her right hand. And when you're in a championship play and a single elimination type of tournament where we are at right now, it is going to be the little tiny things that can be the difference. And I'm always looking at defense, right? Who can play the cleanest defense? A lot of times in a championship play, it's going to be the team that finds a way to win. You also have to have that clutch hit where we just saw Canada have. It's a long, lengthy timeout. I hope everything's all right.
Louder's dad, also one of the coaches of this team. It's manager Kyle Turner that is talking to her. But Canada has been bringing it to the plate today.
Yeah, 4 hits already, and we're still in the second inning. Saw a double from Matchaby, and then 3 hits in this inning here in the second. Of course, the 3 RBI double from Passarelli, the shortstop for Canada. Remember, these are the first runs that Addison Lowder has given up this entire week. This is day 5 here in Kirkland. We started on Sunday. And it took up until today for Addie Lowder to give up some runs. And it looks like North Carolina making a change.
Yeah, Lowder just unable to continue. So hopefully then they can bring her back later in the game if she's feeling better. But let's hope Lowder is okay. And it'll be Rylan Langley. Looks like possibly in the circle. Maybe not. We'll sort it out and come right back. Well, Tiziana Guzman, who is going to move over from third base to pitch for Lowder.
Shocking turn of events here in Kirkland for North Carolina. You just think about if you've watched this team this entire week, Addie Lowder, she has thrown 18 innings. The next closest is Knutson at 2 innings, and then Guzman has come in and she's thrown 1 inning this week in the Junior Little League World Series here. And so that just kind of goes to show how dominant Addison has been for North Carolina. She has been leading the way, has been their ace, and this is a must-win game. And so for Canada to be able to get to the bullpen is huge offensively. They've got to be talking about this in the dugout, that we have to continue to find a way to get this momentum going and restart it.
The other thing is Lowder, I think she is very much a leader on the field. She kind of sets the tone for them. So it'll be interesting to see how this North Carolina team responds to her now suddenly being in the dugout. If she's feeling better, maybe we'll see her again. But Guzman is in the circle now, a big opportunity for Tiziana Guzman. But Canada just had the 3 RBI double from Passarelli, who is on second, and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Batter is LeMay, runner going to third. Safe.
Little fake bunt, take steal action, putting some runners in motion. Doesn't take much for Passarelli to get base to base. She's got some wheels at third base.
0-2 count for Guzman. First batter she's faced. That is fouled off, and they'll let it go foul. Good job by Murillo. Knew she couldn't make the catch.
This is where Canada has been able to find their success in this inning. They've had 2 hits on 0-2 counts. Of course, that 3 RBI double from Passarelli was on the first pitch of her at bat.
And Guzman strikes out the first batter she faces to get her team in the dugout. But what an offensive at bat for Canada.
A little 2-out rally here for Canada. Passarelli just delivers. The bases are loaded, and you see this ball clear them all. 3-run score. Canada is up 4-1.
Well, this has been a fantastic start for Canada as we head into the bottom of the second, and the underdog is leading 4-1 against a North Carolina team that hasn't lost all week. Dion still working in the circle for Canada. She'll face Ava Steffman. The good news is Lowder's still in the batting order, but she's already gone up to bat once. It'd be a while before we would see her again. Lowder came out of the game, out of the circle in that first inning. Steffman, 5 for 10 this week, hitting .500. Needs to start the rally for North Carolina here. Steffman has been a base hit machine this week. Chops that to third. Michaud makes the throw for the easy put out. Nice play.
And this is where Estelle Dion is her best. When she is locating her drop ball at the perfect height, she gets so many easy ground ball outs just like that. She has really tight 12-6 spin, and it's breaking down in the zone, and that is as good as a strikeout for Dion.
She'll face Everly Yunker now.
Right there. That's where she's got to live. And you can always see the last little tail down. So kind of opposite of what we were seeing from Addie Lowder. It was upspin with the rise and the curve, and Dion, it's down 12-6. Even though that one is a little high, it is still got that fastball down tail to it. And so as a hitter, you're always now looking to hit the bottom of the ball. Can I level my swing out and get underneath it?
Well, that hits Yunker, so Yunker will head down to first. First batter hit today. Dion's unfaced. Go right back to work against Kirby now. Braylon Kirby, feature animator Maybe we'll get to see one of her movies one day. Up high for the ball. Kirby, a smaller strike zone for Dion, only 5 feet tall. Favorite subject, creative writing and economics. Wow.
We saw the stats there for Kirby. Statistically, she has been their most consistent hitter down in this 9 spot. Has an over 800 on-base percentage, batting average 250, which is tied for first here in the World Series.
Outside, good discipline from Kirby. North Carolina matched Canada's 1 run in the first inning, and now it's their second at bat. Canada put up 3 more in the top of the second. Good pitch.
It's going to be so huge for Canada and for Dion to try and limit and keep North Carolina at bay after your team puts up a big 3 spot. Last thing you want is to allow any free passes. We know how good this offense is for North Carolina, so if you allow us to pitcher those free passes, North Carolina, they have no option but to find a way to respond.
Full count. That is hit out to center field. Backing up is Matu. She makes the catch. And a no tag. Kirby, big fly ball, but Matu was all over it.
So we just had an illegal pitch called. I would love an explanation of what it was. It was definitely the call from our home plate umpire. And I've seen this umpire with as many games as we have called here in Kirkland. He has called a couple of illegal pitches.
And the thing that it does is it puts Kirby on first, because now it's a ball when you're called for an illegal pitch. So that was the 4th ball.
I'm trying to get a little read on what the issue was. I see absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a call right away either, right? So.
No, Kirby was in the dugout.
You guys good?
No, Coach Nick.
It's an illegal pitch, so it's ball 4. Double touch. Hey, let's go, Andy!
Well, you just asked David Burt.
I just asked. I wanted a quick explanation. He said double touch.
Well, the way it is now, runners at first and second. 1 out. And a strike to Abby Black. So we'll see if North Carolina can take advantage of this.
I love being this close to the umpires because I was just like, let me just ask real quick, because I can't do this normally when I'm calling college or the
good
AUSL.
Reporting. Good reporting.
Can we just investigate real quick? Excuse me.
So North Carolina, the runner at second, Yunker, was hit by a pitch. Kirby was put on after an illegal pitch. And only 1 out with Abby Black up to bat. Inside. And as a pitcher, how hard is it to shake that off?
Really hard, because you just got out one of the hottest hitters in this lineup for North Carolina. We were talking about how good Kirby has been swinging it. Yes, it was a really nice piece from her dead center field, deep, where Matu had to go run it down, but that was an out.
Black fouls it off, 2-2.
It is a little unique the way that Dion does come on to the mound. She keeps the ball in her glove. Typically, I'm not saying every pitcher does this. We're all a little different. We all have our flavor, but you see the ball start in her glove. A lot of pitchers will keep the ball in their hand and then go to the glove. And so she does the opposite. And so on that illegal pitch, her bare hand had touched her glove.
Count goes full to Black.
I love to have it in my hand. I just needed to feel the ball. I felt like I could get my grip a little bit quicker. Yep, that was good. Nothing illegal there.
So what does a double clutch mean? How would you explain that?
A double touch.
Double touch.
Yeah, so she had gone back to touch her glove with her bare hand and then took it off. So once you go together, it's like glue. So you present the ball and you cannot go apart. Yeah, you can't go apart. And so that's why I like starting it with them in my hand. I want the ball in my hand, and as soon as I go to my glove, it's over right there.
Coming in hard as Michaud makes the throw to first. It's dropped, and the bases are loaded.
Oh, that was such a good effort. Just another rollover ground ball. This is what Dion needs, and it's what she wants. This is exactly how you play it. If you're Michaud, this is a ball that can be caught. Just plain and simple. Should be gloved up over there for the out at first base.
So North Carolina's got all 3 runners on. Hit by pitch, walk, and an error. And now Kylie Turner is up to bat to try to drive in some runs here. The lead run is at the plate. And a strike to Turner, who's the catcher defensively. Turner has had a good series this week, 4 for 10, 7 RBIs. North Carolina bats 12. This is the 11th batter in their order. Oh.
That's a strike. And Dion needs that pitch to be called a strike because her best stuff is right at that level down in the zone.
Dion having to battle through some adversity here. Just 1 out. Bases loaded. That is hit. Passarelli gets the force at second. They turn the double play. Wow! What D by Canada to get out of trouble.
You want to talk about having your pitchers back. An adventurous inning for Canada. Bases are loaded. North Carolina is trying to answer back. Passarelli doesn't give up on it. Maccabee turning it for 2. Canada is loving it.
Follow the amazing kids as they experience their own Little League World Series adventure. Download the Little League World Series app, watch highlights, photos, schedules, more, whole lot more actually, available in the app stores for Apple and Android devices. Just watching the app last night, checking out on all the other events around the country and what happened in the other games. Today is a very special day at the Junior League Softball World Series. We're in the quarterfinals. It's our first day of bracket play, single elimination. And one of the most dominant teams of the week so far, North Carolina, representing the Southeast region, is down 4-1 to Canada as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. North Carolina just had the bases loaded and hit into a double play. So Guzman will stay in the circle. She came in place of Addison Louder in the last inning and struck out the only batter she faced. Matchaby will be up first for Canada. Matchaby doubled in her first at-bat today, the second time through the order. Matchaby, 15-year-old, wants to be a doctor one day. Also a ringette player. One and one the count. Guzman looking to get that inside corner, doesn't get the call. Guzman started the game at third base.
Matchaby just seeing a little bit of what Guzman looks like. You know that Canada was scouting Louder, right? This is the ace that started the game, and so you get Guzman in relief, and you know that they hadn't really talked about or watched any film of Guzman because everyone was talking about how good Addie Louder has been.
It's hit to Junker, and Junker makes the play from shortstop. That's a good out for North Carolina to get. And now Bluto will be the next batter to face Guzman. Good play, Everly Junker.
Especially that was a hitter's count, 3-1 count, a little bit of an uncomfortable swing from the best power bat in this Canada lineup.
Bluto, big Bree Ellis fan. Again, see the flag football and softball. She is the quarterback for Canada's U15 girls flag football team. They won a bronze medal at the Junior International Cup in Los Angeles. And finds the gap. Hits that right through the hole between first and second. And a base hit on the ground for Bluto.
Guzman a little bit more down in the zone, and so seeing this ball deep, this is exactly how you want to hit a ball down the zone. You can't pull it. If you pull a drop ball, you're going to end up rolling the ball over to a shortstop or a third baseman, so really nice piece of hitting, taking it the opposite way.
Mia Medley, the batter, drew a walk in her first at bat. Tries to throw down the bunt, fouls it off. Mia comes from a professional sports family. Her dad was a hockey player, pro hockey player. She's the player that's the big Arizona State fan.
Arizona State does have hockey.
So maybe her dad played there because he was the parent we saw with the Arizona State t-shirt on. David Burt, the home plate umpire, asking to see that ball. Oh-2 count to one of the best batters for Canada in the World Series. Medley was 4 for 10 coming into this game. Medley hits in the 5 spot. Nice pitch, Guzman with her second strikeout.
That's pretty efficient. Just going right at Medley. Little down spin to it. See the smiles for her second strikeout.
Mathieu up to bat for Canada now. Check swing. And it's a strike. Guzman has done a fantastic job so far, unexpectedly coming into this game to pitch. Mathieu wearing the number 4 in the World Series, normally wears 42 in honor of Jackie Robinson. There's a dog named Yankee. That gets by the catcher Turner, and the runner will advance to second easily. So Bluteau now is down at second base in scoring position with 2 outs and a 2-1 count.
Pass ball from North Carolina.
Canada scored at least a run in every at-bat. This is their 3rd at-bat. She thought it was the 4th ball. 3-1. Can't fool David Burt behind the plate. And a called strike 2 to bring the count full. Runner on second for Canada.
Oh.
And it's a walk. Everybody was holding their breath, waiting on the call. And it ends up being the 4th ball. So the runner's now at first and second with 2 outs.
Oh, man.
So Guzman with more work to do. Tostaller up to bat now. Got a hit in her first at bat. Runners at first and second.
I would love for Kylie Turner to hold those pitches a little bit longer for North Carolina. I think if she just sticks it for literally 1 more second, that will help frame it up a little bit more. Because a lot of these pitches that are being called balls, in my opinion, they're crossing the plate right over the white.
How much impact does the catcher have on that?
Oh, it's huge. And every umpire is different, and so you have a little communication like, hey, let me hold it for you a little bit longer and give you a good look. And also try and cut off that movement, right? So not allowing the ball coming in to drag your glove down or side to side. You really got to be firm and stick it.
Big cut. It's a strike. That's a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Top of the 3rd. Canada up 4-1. They're the visiting team. That's it to the first baseman, and the easy tag put on by Murillo. So Canada strands 2. First at bat, they haven't scored a run, but they're still leading this game 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Canada up 4-1 as we head into the bottom of the third inning here in this Junior League Softball World Series. And we have seen David Burt behind the plate today. All of our umpires, volunteers. Guys doing a good job rotating from field to field and position to position when they're out there umpiring. Dania Monroe, a slapper for North Carolina, will be the first batter for the team representing the Southeast region. Undefeated this week so far, but trailing in this game. Monroe is the final batter in North Carolina's continuous batting order. Squares around a bunt, pulls it back for the strike.
Michoud for Canada. She is up again. We've seen her play the two left-handed hitters for North Carolina, Buff and Monroe, I should say, two slap hitters. She's up in their kitchen. Love to see that. Just aggressive mentality. Just going to back up a little bit now with 2 strikes.
Outside for Dion, trying to get Monroe to chase, doesn't bite. And outside.
Can't overthink this if you're Dion. It's really easy to do, though, as a pitcher, right? You know that this is the last batter in the lineup. Last thing you want is leadoff walk. There it is.
And that is the first strikeout of the day for Dion.
You just got to clutch up here. You got to find a way. Going low and away.
Now back to the top of the North Carolina batting order. Rylan Rydog Langley got the double and then tried to go to third on an overthrow and was tagged out. So she'll be looking to make up for that right here. Langley's 5 for 9 this week up at the plate. So hits that to first.
Wow.
Nice play by Bluteau. That could have been dangerous.
Well, this is a huge out just to, number one, retire Rylan Langley, who's one of the best bats here at the World Series. But what a play. Little snag from our first baseman, Bluteau.
Yeah, that hop. Oh, it could have gotten away from her in a hurry. So quickly 2 outs. Guzman up to bat now. Watches that off-speed pitch land in there for a strike. Comes back with the heat, but it's a ball. Guzman pitching today in place of Louder, who came out earlier in the game, but Louder is in the on-deck circle, so good to see her still going to come up to bat. Maybe we'll see her come back into the circle later in the game. Guzman, though, is doing a great job in there. This is a tricky out. Guzman wants to be a neurologist one day. So if you want to be a neurologist, you got to be smart. Hits that right to Michaud. Good infield work by Canada. 3 up, 3 down, and the North Carolina bats held silent as we move to the top of the 4th. Well, breaking news, Addison Louder is back in the circle for North Carolina. She left the game in the second inning in some discomfort and has now come back. Again, one of the most dominant pitchers in the event this week. And Guzman did a fantastic job in her stead. Guzman's now back over to her starting position of third, but there really was no drop off at all when Guzman came into the circle. So let's see how Louder does now. Take two.
Yeah, Guzman had just as many strikeouts and half the time only one base hit allowed. But North Carolina, remember, this is single elimination here in championship play. They're going to go back to their ace if they have her ready.
And she'll face the other pitcher, Dion. Dion had a good opening at bat. Got a single. Goes after that pitch, 1-1. Louder had thrown 2 strikeouts prior to leaving the game, had given up just 1 walk. She'd only walked 5 batters coming into the game, and now gets ahead in this count. Louder was on the Little League team last year that advanced to the Southeast Regional, but they were unable to get to the World Series. That is hit out into right field and right at Sawyer Buff, who makes the play.
It's a good piece of hitting with 2 strikes, and you know, thinking about what Canada did in that second inning against Addie Louder, and the damage came on counts with her being ahead 0-2. And so just something to keep an eye on if she does get ahead in the count. Is she expanding the zone, or are her pitches staying a little flat, maybe too close to the heart of the plate?
Lamar up to bat now. Inside, strike 1. Lamar, a multi-sport athlete as well. Volleyball, flag football, snowboarding. Facing Louder for the second time. Fouls that bat. Nice pitch from Louder upstairs, got her swinging, 2 down.
Well, that's a good 2-strike pitch right there. Really expanding the zone here, just working that upspin. You can see Lamo way underneath it with a big swing.
Prescott struck out against Louder the last time she faced her. Prescott the batter now. She's the player's hobby is tanning. We've decided that's a hobby in Canada.
I guess they get a pass, right?
Yeah. Almost. Nice try by Maria to run into foul territory and try to catch that.
I would have loved to have seen her leave her feet. She leaves her feet, that's an out.
Little dive into the dirt.
Yep.
That is straight heat. Strike 2. It's punched into center field, coming in hard, making the play is Kirby. So 3 up, 3 down. See if North Carolina can get the bats going as they trail 4-1 heading to the bottom of the 4th. Canada still up 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. There's our home plate umpire, David Burt, cleaning off home plate. Jose Chaparro Santiago at first base. He's the crew chief. Alexis Velasquez Beltran and Alex Ordonza also out there. Blue crew, all volunteers. And Louder will be the batter for North Carolina. Just returned to the circle successfully. And now up for the second time. She reached on an error in her first at bat. And Louder's had 2 triples this week. Smashes that out into right center field for a clean base hit.
Ooh, that was pretty. Just drops her barrel. Taking a look at her mechanics. Can't get any better than that. Ball in the inner half, down in the zone. Right back up the middle. So pretty.
Well, whatever was bothering Addison Louder seems to have gone away. She is looking strong right now. Murillo up to bat now. She drew a walk in her first at bat. Louder on first. And a strike called to Murillo. Murillo, we showed you earlier, at the 2-run home run in the first game of this World Series. Looking for another one here. Two strikes. And Murillo sends out into center field. It drops. Louder makes it to second. Runners at first and second now for North Carolina. And the tying run coming to the plate in the form of Sawyer Buff.
Well, we are right in the middle of this ball game, and for North Carolina, your 3 and 4 bats, Louder and Murillo, they have to deliver, and they do. 2 back-to-back singles. Now brings up a sacrifice situation for Sawyer Buff, the lefty at the plate.
Third baseman in for Canada. I started to tell you the story about Buff defensively this year. She turned a 9-4-5-3 double play.
9-4-5.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Did she make the tag? Passarelli
Yes.
waiting to see if she tagged Louder. Louder is still on third base.
I saw an out call from our second base umpire.
So as Louder ran by Passarelli, she tried to tag her. The question is, did she get her?
I mean, he said out. I saw it.
Okay.
It was a very emphatic point and an out.
Umpires having a conference about it. It's a big call here. Huge. If she missed her,
I mean, they would
Louder
have
be
to
at third.
review it because the call was made.
So we are going to review it, and I believe this will be a umpire-initiated review, just to make sure they got it right. Here it is. Passarelli's the shortstop. I don't think she touched her.
I don't think she did either. But right there, you see it. You saw the point, and there was an out that followed this. So right there, you see him starting to make his call. We just don't have the back end of it. Oh,
No.
like an inch maybe of clearance,
I'm not,
or is there a little?
maybe a little elbow
Is there a
bump.
little bump right there? Right there. Oh, that I think that's contact to me. That looked like small contact. And the call on the field, I just want to be sure, but the call on the field should be out because that was the call that was made. So are we looking to overturn? There's contact. That's an out. And is there enough to overturn the original call on the field, which is out? Which changes everything because you're always looking at the angles. Is there enough to change the call?
All the base runners are still standing on first, second, and third.
You could
Safe
see it
at first.
Yeah, in the far distance it was blurry, but you could see the call was out. So I don't really know what's going to happen here.
The umpire that made the out call is one of the ones over there going through the review, asking for the review. So we'll get the decision here in a second. See if Louder is out as she was running to third.
If I have to guess, I would guess it'll stand. But I don't feel like super confident with it. I'm kind of just waiting to see what's going to happen, and I could be right either way. I feel like she has enough control there. I don't know. It's going to be close.
And one of our umpires is talking to Passarelli right now about the play.
This year's championship game will be on ESPN Plus on Saturday, August 8th.
So Passarelli's back in the circle now talking to her teammates. So is a tag made?
The more I watch it, the more I change my answer. And I'm like, is there
That angle
separation?
doesn't look like it.
Yeah, is there separation here? The glove and the ball, like, is there separation? It's almost like she has it in the heel of the glove, which technically is the glove, but it's just awkward looking. That angle looks like there is some separation. I don't know.
Well, this
is whenever I'm like going back and forth on this, I always go back to what is the original call in the field, because I don't see enough. We're watching it how many times now? Like 10 times over, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm a little wishy-washy on it.
And one of the longer reviews of the week.
Looking at, does she have enough control? Was there physical contact? I'm glad I'm not the one that has to make this decision. We'll just rock with whatever they tell us.
Probably run down to the bathroom and back if you want.
You can make it. This was the live look at it. Yeah, you can see Passarelli trying to make her case there. Like, hey, was that an out? I got a tag there.
You need the Jeopardy music.
And the longer this takes, the more it makes me think that the call will stand, just because it's taking a long time. They're clearly trying to find something.
And Louder is called out. So the original call stands. But North Carolina will still have runners at first and second.
Okay.
So Buff, the runner at first, Murillo, the runner at second. Knutson up to bat. North Carolina undefeated this week, trailing by 3.
It's tough on Dion in the circle. Lengthy delay, didn't see her take any warm-up pitches. Kind of just standing around.
They were dancing a little bit.
They were.
You know. That gets away from the catcher. Runners will advance to second and third. Dostler could not hang on to that pitch. And so a little bit of a break there for North Carolina. They now have runners at second and third with just 1 out. And 2-0 count to Knutson. A walk would load the bases. Knutson lines that into left field. It'll score 1 run. So an RBI single for Lindley Knutson, and it's 4-2.
So after a lengthy delay, this is so huge for North Carolina just to get some energy back into the dugout. And they haven't scored since the first inning. So just the middle of the lineup being productive, getting some early runners on. And Lindley Knutson stepping up.
Ava Steffman now stepping up into the batter's box. Trying to get that runner home on third, just 1 out. Sawyer Buff, the runner at third. Knutson, runner at first. See if they send her to try to get her to second. She goes, ball on the ground to Passarelli, forces it second. No double play, run scores. And making it over to second base is Steffman. So 4-3.
Just chipping away. And this was really the only play that Passarelli has. This ball is a little bit slow developing, and she does go down to the knees. There's no way that she's making that play at home plate, trying to turn 2. We've already seen Canada turn a double play in this game, but the throw getting away at first base.
North Carolina within a run now. They have a runner in scoring position. Junker is up to bat, but 2 outs. And a strike taken by Junker. Junker was hit by a pitch in her first at bat. Future mechanical engineer.
Dion trying to go to that off-speed pitch. I've only seen her throw it a couple of times. It's not a pitch that she'll mix in every AB, but trying to sneak it in there, missing up.
Umpire calling time, talking to the catcher, Dostelar. Two 1 count, 2 outs. Junker pops that up. Machaby and the center fielder, Matu. And it's finally Matu, the center fielder, that makes the catch. North Carolina, though, gets 2 back. And Canada still with the lead. 4-3 through 4 innings. Well, that flag hasn't been as busy today as normal. That little brother usually runs that North Carolina softball flag back and forth across the outfield when they score a run. He's only been able to do it 3 times, so they need some good luck maybe from their mascot, Creek, the mallard duck that they bring out onto the field before every game, and then he stays there in the dugout throughout the game. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, that duck is even a part of their introductions. It comes all the way out, goes through the high five line and everything.
Still haven't figured out a way to get him in the game. Louder still in the circle. Will face the last batter in their continuous batting order. Chloe Michaud got a hit in her first at bat. Michaud pops that up, and it will just get out of play, hitting a bleacher. Boom.
That was loud. That was a good-looking belt.
Wow.
I was going to say a fanny pack, but
Is
I
that
don't think
a
that's
world wrestling champion?
Well, maybe it's a fanny pack. I see like a zipper on the top.
Junker fields it, throws it, makes a play. Good job. 1 out. Beverly Junker, the shortstop, with the double braid. Nice smooth play. Back to the top of the batting order now, and Passarelli had the 3 RBI double the last time she was up to bat. Trying to start a rally here. Passarelli's a spark plug for this team. Fiery player. Gets everybody laughing, fired up. She's always leading the dances out there when we have a break. Turns on that, and wow, that was, she had straightened that out. That was going to be trouble. She shook her head like, oh.
Yeah, the look of disappointment on her face was classic.
She's a kayaker. That's pretty cool. Plays volleyball too. I'm sure she's a back row player. She's only 5 feet tall. Pops that up. That might hit us. No.
Louder has to be careful. Remember, Passarelli had that 3 RBI double back in the 2nd inning that cleared the bases. It's a powerful bat.
Yeah, she was the last batter that Louder faced when she came out of the game. And then Louder ends up hitting her with an 0-2 count. So Passarelli becomes a base runner now instead of a strikeout victim.
Oh, too, it's just been a little bit of a problem for some reason for Addie Louder. It's not an issue for her to get ahead in the count, which a lot of times for pitchers, that is the tricky thing, to get that first pitch strike and continue to pump the strike zone. But she's been able to get ahead 0-2, but we've had a couple of base hits and now the hit by pitch. Just looking for that put away.
LeMay up to bat. Passarelli was going. Passarelli with a lot of speed, but that was fouled off. Passarelli will have to go back. Passarelli's just one of those players you want on the team. He's a good teammate.
LeMay bunted back in the 1st. He's able to reach via the error. She continues to be underneath the rise ball of Addie Louder.
Passarelli's getting some good sprint work in. She sprinted down to 2nd last 2 pitches. Another 0-2 count in Louder's favor. And this is hit out into left center field at the fence. Passarelli speeding around the bases will have no problem scoring, and a double.
And it is something about these Canada hitters. They love that 0-2 count. That is now the third base hit against Audi Lauder where the count is 0-2, and this is just too sweet. LeMay, she sits right on it, and we've seen a lot of balls for Canada be in that left center gap. And of course, the speed, we've got to talk about it. Scoring from first base with Passarelli.
She was already warmed up. She had sprinted to second twice before she...
Yeah, she's like, you better back up, right? I got some power.
So Canada still leading North Carolina, who hadn't lost a game this week. Matchaby up to bat. LeMay, the base runner at second base for Canada. Matchaby 1 for 2 today, but that one hit was a double. That was her first at bat. That's hit hard to Guzman. They go back to second, and the double play by Guzman. Nice play by Tiziana Guzman.
North Carolina, they saw Canada turn a double play to get out of a jam, and they get a double play here. A little line drive to Guzman at third base, throwing a strike over to second base. They can dance out of that.
Canada out in the field, but the umpire's going back and reviewing that last play by Tiziana Guzman, who this was ruled a catch and then a double play when she threw it to second. That looks good to me. Yeah. Canada asking for that to be reviewed.
Live, I definitely thought that it was down in the dirt, but I'm watching the video and I'm always thinking to myself, is there enough for me to think otherwise?
To me, that looked like it went right in her glove.
Yep. But you can feel the importance of this game and the urgency from both sides. We've had a couple of really close calls, and so I don't blame the challenges one bit.
It's the third challenge we've had in this game as well.
Yeah, and there's not a close enough look to see if that ball touches the ground at all. So in my opinion, this will hold.
And actually, Canada's finding out this is not reviewable. So that call will stand. Everything is as it was, and everybody just got a few extra minutes to catch their breath.
Leading off to the southeast of the tree, Brittany Kirby.
So since it's non-reviewable, I don't think they lose a challenge. But it'll be Kirby up to bat for North Carolina. The big story here is that North Carolina hasn't lost a game all week, and they are trailing Canada in the bottom of the 5th inning in this 7-inning game. And today is single elimination. Winner moves to the semis. The loser is out of the World Series. North Carolina representing the Southeast, California representing the West. They were the 2 undefeated teams in their pools.
California already winning their game earlier today. So they'll advance to tomorrow.
Now 3 straight balls to Kirby. And she takes a strike. Kirby drew a walk in her first at bat. Goes after that, so now the count is full. Kirby, a 15-year-old, she's been playing Little League for many years. This is the first time she's broken through to a World Series despite a lot of regional appearances.
She's tough out. Just feel like she gets to contact so quickly.
And she'll draw another walk. So Kirby is on. And the tying run coming to the plate now in the form of Abby Black. Black reached base on an error in her first at bat. Black squared around the bunt. Ball got past the catcher. And running down to second is Kirby. She made the turn, but goes back to second.
I'm curious now to see if Black continues with that sacrifice. Of course, that wild pitch allows Kirby to get into that scoring position. Yep.
Black wants to go to Cornell one day. He's hoping to play softball there. Wants to study architecture. Turns on that, base hit. Runner coming home, throw to the plate, not in time, cut off by the pitcher, and out at second. An excellent throw by Dion. As Black tried to stretch that into a double, was called out. And North Carolina is asking for a challenge.
Nice piece of hitting here from Abby Black. You could see where Passarelli was playing out for Canada because they were thinking that she was going to sacrifice. She had shown bunt a couple of times in the AB. The ball comes in, it's cut off. And so the reason that relay was cut off is to keep Abby Black at first base, throwing her out at second here.
Black was arguing the call right away. You see her point to her foot.
Yeah, you can see the left foot right there of Matchabee is blocking the plate, and you see the call is out.
Yeah.
So ball in the glove there, and there is no contact. So because there is no contact, this could be held as an out.
Well, they haven't even started the review yet. They're still talking about it.
I thought they were in the dugout.
Black is not giving up her position at second base. She feels like she should be there. Just saw her give a thumbs up to the dugout. Call on the field is out. North Carolina did score a run there, though, so it's 5-4.
And so is there contact before the tag is made? Ooh, that's also something I was thinking about, is the foot touching into the leg of Matchaby before the tag is laid down.
She's safe. So they are going to allow her to stay on second. That was the call. Immediate protest by Coach DePecco here, asking for more explanation.
I'm curious why they didn't go to video review, because there was a physical challenge for North Carolina, like the sign to the ears with your hands. And we're being told you cannot review obstruction, and that would be why. Thanks, crew. Interesting.
Well, bottom line is
they did get it right.
North Carolina is back in business. They trail by a run, no outs. Abby Black is at second. Kylie Turner, the catcher, up to bat. Bottom of the batting order for North Carolina.
Man, these reviews are giving me gray hair, Sam. Too young for this. This is championship play, baby. We're looking at everything. It's a close game. It's going to be the smallest of margins. We've got a couple of innings to go here, and you can just feel it, right? Who's going to blink first? Who's going to play the cleanest defense? Who's going to have that clutch hit?
Good eye by Turner, taking the ball, 2-1. North Carolina within one run. Black is the base runner at second. Batter is Turner. Turner hits that to right field. It gets past the right fielder, LeMay. North Carolina will tie the game, and a double does it by Kylie Turner.
How about the bottom of the lineup for North Carolina delivering? Abby Black in the 10 spot, Kylie Turner in the 11 spot, and just clutching up with beautiful pieces. We saw one to left center, this one to right center, back-to-back RBI hits and an extra base hit for Kylie Turner. That's her 8th RBI of the World Series.
Wow. Getting it done in the clutch. So we are tied at 5. And this at-bat is not over for North Carolina. No outs. Runner at second. Dania Monroe will be the batter. Queen Dania. That's what she introduced herself as one time in school, and her teachers actually called her that for a whole semester. Lays down the bunt. That is beautiful bunt. Play to first. In time, but the runner moves to third. So Turner is at third. Monroe does her job to move her around. And now we go back to the top of the order.
I just love what the bottom of the lineup has done in this inning. You get the free pass with Kirby, a quality AB, the back-to-back clutch hits, and then a simple sacrifice bunt to turn it over to your big bats.
Rye Dog Langley, the leadoff batter, up to bat, trying to drive Turner in from third. North Carolina's scored 2 runs so far here in this bottom of the 5th. Looking for the go-ahead here. That's it out to center field, deep, off the fence. North Carolina will lead for the first time today, and another double.
Well, North Carolina is showing us why they were undefeated coming into championship play today. They were at the top of their pool, and Rylan Langley is one of the best bats here in Kirkland for the World Series. She leads the World Series in slugging percentage because she is an extra base hit machine. You see her power, the sacrifice bunt sets up an easy score, and she is flexing on them.
Hits the fence with that. And the Canadian manager, Coach Nick, out talking to his infield. Still upset about that call that went against him earlier in the inning. But he's out there to try to fire the team up and get them to respond now, as they have led the entire game and now find themselves down by a run for the first time. Guzman will be the batter. Langley is the base runner out at second. Just 1 out.
You can feel the emotions flowing from all sides.
Yeah, that was a passionate timeout by Canada. That's driven out into center field, over the center fielder's head again. North Carolina will score another run. Guzman heading into second. North Carolina just absolutely a double machine right now. 3rd double of the inning.
Well, Tiziana Guzman hits nothing but doubles. This is what she does. She leads the World Series with 4 doubles this week. You can't hit it any better than that. It looks like a BP swing. And Rylan Langley, the leadoff, scoring easily.
Louder up the bat, still 1 out. Guzman now is the runner at second. Louder got a hit in her last at bat. Hits that through the infield out into left field. And they will hold the runner. Good throw in from Medley as Guzman is held at third. So now runners on the corners for North Carolina and 1 out.
Also, this is a good time to remind those that are with us and were with us earlier in the week that Canada is without their other consistent arm, Emma Calvi.
Calvi was injured earlier in the week. While pitching, hasn't come back into the lineup. Murillo up to bat now with runners at first and third and 1 out. Murillo has home run power.
There's been 4 arms used in this World Series for Canada, but it has been mostly Dion and then right after her, Calvi. So you don't have one of those reliable arms ready. And this is win or go home.
Canada's done such a good job today. It's the first inning that North Carolina has really exploded. Inside 3-0, runners at first and third.
We know how good this lineup is for North Carolina, one of the best offenses here in Kirkland. This is the 3rd time through for North Carolina facing Dion. So at this point in the game, there are no secrets. You know everything that she is throwing. You know what it feels like. We haven't seen that off-speed pitch that Dion was starting to show a little bit in the last couple of innings, but it's all just been 1 speed down in the zone. And for a hitter, that is a very comfortable place to be when you are familiar with what you are seeing at the pitcher. And it's why we're seeing as many hits as we are in this 5th inning.
Sawyer Buff up to bat, bases loaded, 1 out. Strike one. Buff 1 for 2 today. Scored a run earlier in the game. Strike two.
Infield for Canada in tight. Passarelli up the middle. Machaby, the corners. Everyone is a couple of steps in.
Good stop. 1 and 2.
Buff looking to swing away. Obviously, the bases are loaded, so the force is at home, and this is just a 2-run ball game. They need to get this force out at home plate. It's why you see the infield in as tight as they are. And so for Buff, she's a 3-tool player where we'll see a short game with the slap or a drag bunt. Of course, she's swinging away right now because she's trying to get that ball to the grass.
Goes after it and strikes out. Good comeback for Dion. Important getting that second out. Bases remain loaded for Lindley Knutson, the next batter.
Courtesy runner for Louder at second base with 2 outs. I'm guessing. Yep.
And it'll be Sawyer Buff. Knutson coming up to bat now. Had an RBI single earlier in the game. Knutson takes a strike, 1-1. Dion trying to work out of this and leave the bases loaded. Base hit by Knutson. It will bring in 2 more runs for North Carolina.
Got to have the clutch hitting, and they have it in spades here in the 5th. Bases are loaded, perfectly placed, and you can see the hesitation out in center field right here from Matu. And while she's holding on to that ball, North Carolina is able to get another insurance run. And look at the roar from Knutson.
And another hit. Runner holds at third. Ava Steffman with the base hit to left field. 2 outs remain, and the bases are loaded again for North Carolina with Everly Junker coming up to bat. It's been a 6-run inning so far for North Carolina. They trailed 5-3 coming into this inning. Junker looking for her first hit of the game, and it would be a big one. Two 2-0 the count. Bases are loaded.
This is a long battle for Dion in the circle for Canada. This next pitch will be her 40th of this inning.
A walk will bring in a run. 3-1 the count. Junker drives it into center field. 3 runs will score for North Carolina. And Junker, another double.
The vibes are up in this North Carolina dugout. I mean, everyone is getting in on this action. They have now batted through the lineup. Everly Yunker, Matu out in center field, man, she's been running down balls all over the place, the way that North Carolina has been swinging it, and she clears them.
Dion out talking to her head coach right now, not happy, and is going to leave the game. Passionate competitor.
Oh, your heart just breaks for that young lady. I mean, she gave it everything she had. You could just feel her run out of gas in that 5th inning.
So they will have to make a change in the circle. It'll be Prescott coming in to pitch. North Carolina up 12-5 right now. 9 runs this inning. The 5 North Carolina up. You can find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. The official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS. Let's play ball. Exciting times right now for North Carolina. Kirby up to bat. Runner at second. 2 outs. North Carolina's put up 9 runs in this inning and is forced to change in the circle. Ariel Prescott is up to bat, or excuse me, up to pitch now. Kirby has been able to draw 2 walks in her at-bats today.
No ball, 2 strikes.
0-2 count. Kirby hits that up the middle. Passarelli charges in, makes the throw, and gets the 3rd out. But North Carolina entered this inning trailing, and they lead by 7 now.
What a 5th for North Carolina. 8 hits, 9 runs, and just like that, they are in the driver's seat in single elimination championship play.
Well, North Carolina came into that last inning trailing by 2. They now lead by 7. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, Canada will be coming to bat. Pluteau will be the batter, facing Addison Louder. Winner moves to the semifinals. 9 runs scored in the 5th by North Carolina. We'll have Michigan against Pennsylvania in the 2nd game today on this field. And the winners of both of these games will play tomorrow in the semifinals at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. Pluteau takes the ball in the outside corner as Louder shakes her head. Thought she was going to get that strike called. Pluteau 1 for 2 today. Well, if you're Canada, what a tough reset right now.
It's hard to restart your momentum when you're out on defense for as long as they were.
It's going to go foul down the left field line. Canada had not trailed in the entire game until that last North Carolina at bat. Coach Nick trying to figure out a way to fire up his offense now to try to catch North Carolina. It's popped up. Louder calling Guzman off and makes the catch.
A little adventurous. I love it though. Louder's like, no, I need an out. Let me run this down.
Mia Medley up to bat now. Looking to try to get the rally started, but takes a strike. Medley, big tennis player, away from softball. Pops that up. Murillo trying to make a play and does. Wind is picked up. That was tricky. You could see her adjusting. Good catch.
This is when Addie Louder is at her best, when she's getting strikeouts and pop-ups like that to her infield.
Matu up to bat. 2 outs. Up to her to try to get a Canadian rally going here. Matu drew a walk in her last at bat. Pops that up to second base. Steffman makes the grab. So 3 up, 3 down. And North Carolina comes to bat for what they hope will be the final time in the bottom of the 6th. Next game will feature Michigan versus Pennsylvania, and that looks like a Pennsylvania fan out there is claiming her spot on the hill. It's a great time of day to be out in that outfield. Wind is blowing in that direction. So the wind is at the backs of the batters here.
Yeah, the breeze is nice. The only problem is I'm starting to smell the barbecue from the grill.
Yeah.
Really tough problems up here.
You don't want to come up here if you're hungry. Abby Black up to bat, North Carolina out in front, 12-5, bottom of the 6th. Canada will have one more at bat unless North Carolina scores 3 runs here and they could get the run rule win. Black's 3rd at bat of the day. She has gotten on base each at bat so far. Takes a strike from Prescott.
Well, the MVP of this game for me is the bottom of the order for North Carolina because they got that big 5th inning started, and Abby Black was right in the mix of that.
Base hit up the middle. Good start for North Carolina. And there you go again, that bottom of the order coming through. North Carolina sends 12 to the plate. That was the 10th batter. This is batter number 11, Kylie Turner.
In a World Series like this, and a tournament where you want to make a deep run and there's so much pressure on the line and every pitch matters, it really a lot of times does come down to the bottom of your lineup.
Turner doubled in that last inning. She was a big part of that 9-run inning, and now right back up to bat.
Because you know what you're going to get out of the top, right? We're not moving Riley Langley or Guzman, Lauder, Murillo. I mean, those 4 are as solid as they come, and they are going to deliver. They're going to come through.
Turner hits that out into the outfield. Center fielder coming over to make the play by 2. The runner will stay at first. So 1 out. Unable to get Black to second. Dania Monroe will be up to bat now. Monroe laid down a nice sacrifice bunt in her last at bat. Good stop. With 1 out, Black, the base runner at first, looking to get down to second in a hurry. Monroe, the batter. Monroe wants to be a pilot one day. Loves to travel. She also can pitch for them. She had to step in and pitch earlier in the postseason. Black will take second. 2-1. Good battle from Monroe. Her favorite athlete, Serena Williams. High and inside, full count. Monroe draws the walk. And the winning run coming to the plate in the form of Rylan Langley, the leadoff batter.
And that was a huge at-bat from Monroe to earn her way on to first base, and only one out. Here comes Rylan Langley and the big bats for North Carolina. This 3-run deficit that they're chasing is very much in play. They need 3 to walk this game off to get to that 10-run rule.
Langley's had a fantastic day at the plate. 2 doubles. Hit the fence with one of those doubles on the fly. Takes a strike. Rye Dog wasn't sure about that call. Langley, the leadoff batter. Guzman would be up next. Up the middle. Got the backhand play safe, but that was a fantastic play by Matchaby to get over there and at least make a play on it. But the bases are loaded now with 1 out. Coach Nick going to come out to the circle and talk to his pitcher, Prescott. She's about to face Guzman with the bases loaded and 1 out. Kyle Turner also going to talk to the base runners for North Carolina. All right, get your pitcher pumped.
Quick water break at third base for Michaud. Or someone else.
Maybe Passarelli.
Passarelli.
Looks like she needs a little water. Passarelli's done such a good job at shortstop this week for Canada. And today is definitely one of the warmer days here. It's been a long game. It's 86 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
Misha dumping the water on her head.
Let's see. This is one way to cool your teammate off. That came right out of the cooler. Ice cold.
She's like, I didn't expect it to be that cold.
Who needs smelling salt? All right. Back to business. Bases loaded. 1 out. Guzman, the batter. North Carolina needs 3 wins to walk it off. Bottom of the 6th inning. 3 runs to walk it off.
Yes, the magic base runner is Langley over there at first base, and she has a ton of speed. The way that Guzman has been swinging it, I mean, she could score from first base. Guzman has a ton of power at the plate.
Bounces that foul. I can't talk all of a sudden.
Well, you know, Sam, we've had a little bit of everything in this game.
My brain is saying the right word.
I think we've used all of our words at this point.
It's funny that foul ball when Medley, the left fielder, went over to get it until she plays soccer. She stopped it with her foot. Good eye from Guzman. Guzman came in to pitch when Lauder left the circle earlier in the game, then went back to third when Lauder came in. He's done a great job today, offensively and defensively. That's up high. Bases loaded. A walk would bring in another run. locked in. Bases remain loaded. Addison Louder will be the next batter. North Carolina up by 8 right now. 2 more runs would walk it off by virtue of the run rule. If you're up by 10 or more after 5, game over.
Well, all Louder has to do here is get this ball to the grass, and she doesn't have to go back out to the circle the rest of the day.
That is fair, and she's done it. North Carolina walks it off as Louder gets the final hit of the game. North Carolina, a come-from-behind win against Canada to stay perfect in the World Series.
I feel like this is one of those games that, as a team, North Carolina, they had to go through some things in this game. It wasn't a great start. Addie Louder, I love that she's the one that's able to finish it herself. That was our starting pitcher. She got knocked out of the game a little bit early, but she re-enters. And Sam, I feel like when she re-entered, she came in with a different attitude, and her team offensively really just took a jump and was like, all right, we need to flip this game real quick. And that's exactly what they did. 17 hits. My goodness, there's a reason that this team is undefeated, but I love the adversity that they had to go through to win this first game in single elimination.
A lot of times when you win a championship, you look back and there was that one game that you know you just barely got through. Maybe this was it for North Carolina. The scoreboard, not a reflection of how close it was, but North Carolina has booked a spot in the semifinals tomorrow. They will play the winner of our next game between Michigan and Pennsylvania. What a day. Canada with a fantastic effort. They led most of the game as the underdog, but in the end, North Carolina too strong, and they rally for the walk-off win. So we will take a break for about an hour. For all of us here, I'm Sam Gore saying so long until we meet again for our next quarterfinal game. Congratulations, North Carolina. You're now a semifinalist.